Thank you for choosing the Good Old Couch as your entertainment provider. Please sit back and relax. We will be with you shortly.
welcome everyone to our third race of our Good Old Couch ADS F1 24 League. And tonight we have a little bit of a surprise for you guys. We are actually hosting together at the same locale. So that's going to be me, I'm Anomaly, and my fantastic co-host Persephone.
Good day all.
Welcome everyone. It's fantastic to have all of you back, especially after the the amazing feat that was last week's stream. So yeah, we are very excited to have all of you back here, and we actually, our league creators, did some effort today to ensure that last week doesn't repeat itself. So we're holding thumbs, and we have a list of topics lined up should anything go wrong at any point in time.
We just want to warn you, all our topics are on the carb. So if you have a little bit of a stomach that can churn, that can't really make, things of gory stuff, you might want to not listen to our topics that we have lined up. But, for those who can stomach it, be ready.
We're actually thinking about doing a very macabre podcast or podcast for those of you for those of you who's going to judge my more American English here. Yeah, a podcast.
It sounds a little bit American, doesn't it?
It's definitely
it American. Sound a little bit more American. I do like it though.
Definitely. You guys can see we actually have a nice full grid again up and running this evening. We have a lot of our races. Unfortunately, we have received confirmation from our two McLaren races that they will not be able to join in this evening. A little bit of car trouble. But yeah, so we're going to miss them a lot. However, our races are up and ready for this track. I've heard everyone's been practicing it a lot. Actually, before the race started, we were speaking to some of our racers who confirmed that they've been practicing definitely the Belgium track, definitely Suzuka circuit.
Yeah, I mean, that's a little bit the wrong track to practice, isn't it?
Yeah, but they tried, so I didn't want to spoil their fun,
Oh, okay, so you didn't correct them on purpose. So they practiced the wrong tracks.
Definitely. So we're going to see how they'll be performing under pressure this evening.
See, that is so macabre. That is exactly why I like you. Everybody's phoning you during the week. Listen, I'm really practicing this Belgium track.
Fantastic. Focus on turn 2.
And in the meantime, we're doing Spain.
Exactly. It's just like surprise. Everyone. So yeah, last week we had a little bit of a problem with the connectivity issues. However, it does seem to be sorted out this week. And as you can have a look there, we already have our 16 races up there on the track or on the grid, ready to take this track. Let me just actually get this map up here so that we can know what's going on. And also the tires, the most important parts of the day.
Yeah, the things we can talk about. The track does look like a crab, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah, it really does. It looks like a crab. I'm trying to see who we are going to focus on. Let's see, Lazy is still there in pit. I want someone to take us through the track. It's like he heard me, hey? I think he's going out now.
Let's do Ulezi.
Yeah, let's see. Lazy, where are you?
He's still in pit. So let's do somebody else. Let's go with...
There we go.
Is it Ulezi?
Yeah, it's Ulezi. So Ulezi's taking us around turn 1. So you can definitely see there's a little bit of elevation out there on the track. There's a couple of turns. It doesn't look like it will be too sharp of a track. So the racers might still, or they may actually enjoy taking these corners and taking these turns, because they do have more than enough time to apply their braking and to get around these corners quite safely. And as you can all see, as Ulezi is taking us across the track, there is quite a bit of runoff space. So if someone perhaps accidentally overshoots these corners, they will be able to recover, I think, without necessarily damaging the car too much. So as you can also see, it's a very short track. There's lots of twists and turns, but it's a very short track. Ulez is already at turn 3, and then he will be going over or onto the straight for the finishing line. So yeah, I think we're definitely going to see some. Actually, I know I say it every time, but we're going to see some aggressive driving this evening.
Aggressive driving, some tight cornering.
Cornering.
Oh my goodness. See, this is why I'm normally in my own house, right? So that I can just like sit back, and then every time I feel I'm going to say something that's not correct or my pronunciation is just not, I mute myself.
That's so smart. But guys, I actually guilt tripped Persephone into joining me here this evening. So
I heard that my voice isn't really crisp, or let's say,
I like crisp.
you like crisp?
Yeah, I like
Okay,
crisp.
crisp on the stream, which is fine. I don't have a fancy mic at home though, so maybe maybe I should invest. I don't know.
I think it's definitely something that we can look at for you. I quickly want to jump up here to the grid. We had our first fastest lap
Look at that.
being put up by Nanarki. I just want to do a little bit of a shout out. He put up the first fastest lap. However, you can definitely see all of our races clocking in. And I just wanted to mention, just as he's putting up that time, you can see there God of War actually got a 1.13.274, which is actually very fantastic. Earlier in the week, he did let me know that he actually upped his times on this track. So I think it's going to be a little bit of a competition from him as well this evening. And then yeah, Persephs, why don't you do your thing?
Let me do my thing. So, if I take a breath, just pinch my nose a little bit. Let's see, we have God of War with 113.274. Then we have Danky Monkey in my favorite car for 114.083. Then we have Spectre Wolf with a 114.357. We've got Leslie in my favorite car with a 114.402. We've got Marksman with a 114.856. Mr. Alpha for 114.919, the Dogman with a 114.946, Frey with a 114.950.
You were about to say Mr. Frey.
I want to show you it isn't Mr. Frey, it's only Frey. Then we have Nanarki with a 115.363. Ace 555 with a 115.747. Somebody went off the track. It was in my
peripheral vision.
Then we have Dutch Vader, with a 115.750. Then we have Wasabi Baby with a 115.847. Then the Zerigon, I just don't know. Zerigon with a 116.738. Then we're still waiting for V-Power, Nikki Knox, and Hannibal. I just want to ask a question. I know two of our drivers have car trouble, but weren't we 19 last week?
I believe we were, however,
so we're missing Peach.
Yeah, we're missing Peach, we're missing Foxy Cute,
and we're missing Buster Clucky.
Yes, and we're missing. Yeah, and Persephone was looking at me for like help, and I'm sitting here with big eyes. I'm like,
you could see it in my eyes, right? It was on the tip of my tongue. I was like,
the tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips.
Yeah, okay, so then that makes sense, because last week we were 19, now we're 16, and you said Faster Clucky and Peach could enjoy.
And Foxy Cute.
And Foxy Cute. So all three told you, unfortunately, we can't make it.
Unfortunately, all three of them informed us that they won't be able to make it this evening. So at least we do know that they won't be coming. However, we will definitely be missing them a lot. So yeah, special shout out to our two McLaren drivers and one McLaren driver and our two Aston Martin drivers. We will definitely miss you guys this evening. And then, yeah, I just quickly want to have a look at this grid. You can see that our most dangerous sector, if you take a look at the map on the right hand side, I think our cautionary sector this evening is definitely going to be sector 2, just before the turn 2, the turn 2, where let's just see who's going that side now. It's going to be Nanarki. Yeah, so where Nanarki is going just now, around this corner, it seems like this might be our cautionary corner for the evening. It is a little bit of a sharper turn than I initially estimated. However, because it's also on a straight or like a downhill straight, so our racers are definitely going to have to apply their braking correctly at that point to ensure that they do make that corner with the exit that they do prefer. But if we do take a look at this leaderboard, we can see that the times that's on the leaderboard is so close together. Usually we have like a 2 to 4 second difference between our top pack and our bottom pack, but you can see that even our bottom pack is so close together on these times. I really do think that our racers are going to have a hell of a lot of competition this evening.
Yeah, I agree. I actually agree. I mean, from, like you said, from first place and to where Zurigon is at this moment, is it about a 3 second difference, which is not a lot. I mean, a 3 seconds is such a short period of time to make up within a race, especially when you have pressure on you and all those type of things.
Definitely.
So I think you're right. I think it's definitely going to be a very tight race, and especially this middle part, if you look from marksman to
about V power,
right? I think we're going to see so much overtaking and competition within that group as well. And I see God of War just put up another fastest time of 1:13.185, beating his own score.
Well done there to God of War. That's definitely a time to have up there on the grid. I see Spectre is also getting close there, a few milliseconds difference, but it is going to be extremely hard to beat. So I am very excited to see what Spectre and Ulezi is going to do up there. And also we actually cannot count out Danky Monkey. As we've come to know him, he's quite an aggressive driver. He really does want those top positions. So I think that it's time, without any facts at all, to make our predictions. Prediction time for safes. You can do the prediction first, and then everyone watching, please drop your predictions for our pause 1, 2, 3 in the chat. Let us know who you think's gonna win, driver wise, and also which team do you think is going to win this or going to take the lead in tonight's race. We really do want to hear from you. So yeah, Persefs, why don't you give us your prediction?
Oh my goodness, you all know now I have an obsession with Kick. It's just the logo, okay? I
love it, and the color,
right? I love the green. So I would love to see Kick in first, second, or third place. I would love to see it. So I'm gonna say Frey first. Spectable second. Danky Monkey third.
Fantastic. I want to see if Mr. Frey is now on, or Mr. Frey, I am sorry, you're just going to be Mr. Frey from now on. But yeah, so Mr. Frey is now on his out lap. And the time that he had put up on the grid of 1:14.568.
He did with hard tires.
Yeah, he did with hard tires. That's what I just wanted to emphasize, is he put up a position of 7th on the hard tires, and we've come to know Mr. Frey now already in this league, waiting and just scoping out the times that's on the grid and on the leaderboard, and then just a few seconds before the end of the qualifying time, he just jumps out of nowhere and puts up an amazing time. So I'm excited to see what Mr. Frey is going to do on these soft tires. So yeah, everyone, just remember to drop your predictions out there in the chat for us. And then Persephone, I think I might differ with you a slight bit on my prediction for this evening. I do know at the moment Ace 555 is in 12th position with a 1:15.747. But the thing about Ace is his race pace is quite steady. So I'm very excited to see where he will be placing. So I do think we might get McLaren up there in position 1 to 6 again this evening. And then I think my predictions for tonight will be God of War in the Red Bull in first, Mr. Frey in the Ferrari in second, and then I think Spectre Wolf might be taking third for the Williams.
Okay. Honestly, I have to tell you that I don't have a pen and paper. I'm gonna forget. Not really. No, it's not that difficult. I'm not like this frail old woman. That so no, I'm sure we'll.
Yeah, for anyone who's watching, Hannibal called me out on my age tonight. He was very incorrect, but he did call me out.
No, anomaly. We don't say that. I mean, Hannibal still needs to drive. Poor guy.
He's definitely still going to be driving, and I'm going to be
but
excited.
Now he's going to feel bad. You know, he's going to every time he goes around a corner, he's gonna have this moment of, oh no, I offended Anomaly.
Every time he's going to go around the corner, it's going to be a corner that Anomaly is closer to getting older. That's
true. Well, you know, every second that does pass, you do
exactly. So technically, it might not be completely incorrect.
I don't think it's incorrect. No, I don't think it's incorrect. But you know, that is unfortunate.
But speaking of Hannibal, I see we do have Hannibal and Wasabi Baby both there in 10th and 12th position in the qualifier at the moment with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. What do you think our Mercedes team is going to do this evening?
Well, firstly, you know, first and foremost, I think they're going to drive.
Yeah, that's a fantastic prediction.
Thank you.
I love it.
Yeah, no, I think they're going to do well. We know they're a great team. We know they really work well together. But I think they're going to be in the middle. I think they're going to be in the high middle pack, like 6, 7. You know, I think they're going to. I think they'll finish high.
Definitely. You can also see here Ace 555, like I mentioned, having jumped up there to position 9. And then I do want to mention we have Mr. Frey and God of War fighting it out there for pause 1. They are already in the 1.12s for this qualifier. And we do have 3 minutes and 24 seconds on the clock. So Persephs, why don't you run us through our times just before our qualifying time is over?
Brilliant. I'll try and do it in English and not in Afrikaans. So we have God of War with a 1:12.783, Frey with a 1:12.934, Danky Monkey with a 1:13.404, Spectre Wolf with a 1:13.530, Mr. Elf with a 1:13.536, Ulezi with a 1:14.067, The Dogman with a 1:14.187, Marksman with a 1:14.345, Ace 555 with a 1:14.635, Hannibal with a 1:14.757, Nanarki with a 1:14.854, Wasabi Baby with a 1:15.303, V Power with a 1:15.486, Dagvader with a 1:15.750, Zarigon with a 1:16.047, and Nikki Knox with a 1:17.979.
That's fantastic times. Thank you so much, Persephone. That was the calmest grid placement that I've ever heard, and I feel emotionally ready for this race now.
Right. I think it was calm. I took my time.
You took your time. You went through it wonderfully. Beautiful pronunciation of the names there. I want to do a quick shout out here to the Dogman with this for this placement. Unfortunately, just spinning out a little bit there as I'm focusing on him. However, the Dogman actually having qualified, I think, lower mid pack to high bottom pack so far in the league. It's quite nice to see him also up there in 7th position with a 1:14.187. So that's fantastic to behold. And then also our 2 new drivers for our Visa Cash app, not placing too bad themselves, V Power and Zarigon there. So it's really fantastic to see how some of our drivers are improving. I know it's very hard to always measure yourself against our top pack. A lot of the races in our top pack are very competitive, very skilled racers, having played this game for a while now, knowing all the ins and outs, everything what to do. So I do believe it's fantastic to see some of our newer drivers also placing a little bit in the higher positions. And then we do have Eastrand Geeks there in the chat saying Frey first and Ace second.
Whoop, whoop.
Whoop whoop. Eastrand Geeks, I do hope that you are correct. I am a huge McLaren fan. I am a huge Ace fan. So definitely would love to see Ace up there in podium this evening as well. So thank you for that prediction. Let's see who's correct. I do see that we do have a few seconds left on our qualifier time at the moment. We have a couple of races that still needs to finish their qualifier. So yeah, it's going to be fantastic to see how they do end off this qualifying round. It does seem, however, that God of War will be pulling away in first, Mr. Frey in second. Danky Monkey still has a little bit of time left on this clock, however at the moment he will be third. Spectre Wolf pulling away in fourth, Mr. Alf ZA in fifth, Ulezi there in sixth position, the Dogman still in seventh at this moment, Marksman in eighth, Ace 555 in 9th, Hannibal in 10th, Nanarki in 11th, Wasabi in 12th, V-Power in 13th, Darth Vader in 14th, Zerigon there in 15th, and Nicky Knox taking up the second Red Bull position in 16th position. So we will be seeing if maybe Marksman and Danky can still, and V-Power can still pull a little bit of a bunny out of a hat, but for the remaining moments, this is our pull away grid for the race.
Brilliant, and everybody is actually pulling away. Nobody has a do not finish. So that's brilliant.
That's fantastic. That is really fantastic. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm also exciting everyone, but I'm excited.
She's very exciting. She's very exciting.
I have a very exciting personality.
You have a very exciting personality.
I also have a little bit of a chaotic neutral alignment going there.
But that's also good. I mean, that's also fun. I mean, why not, right?
Definitely, why not? So yeah, it doesn't seem like our grid has changed. If it has, I cannot remember what I just read, so we are advancing.
Yay!
Yeah.
I always want to advance. I mean, I don't want to just stay stagnant.
I really do believe that's the correct outlook. I think that's also the correct, or the outlook that a lot of our racers has this evening. They want to advance.
They want to advance. They don't want to stay stagnant. But I mean, just by showing up, you advance in this game. Even if you're lost, you advance.
Yeah, I just wanted to say, Perseus, I don't think me and you are advancing in any points in this league, however.
No, listen, I advance emotionally every time I speak to you.
I appreciate that so much. I advance every time I speak to you, also intellectually.
Oh, thank you. That is such a compliment.
Oh, it's
not true, but it's a compliment.
Oh my goodness, everyone. Before the race started this evening, Persephone and I actually went into the Discord chat and asked our racers so nicely to give us a little car wiggle in this formation lap. So let's see who will be indulging our request.
Yeah, let's see. If they're too nervous and they forgot, and this actually makes them drive into a wall, we do apologize. We're not asking them for a full wiggle.
Yeah, just like a little bit of
a little bit of a wiggle.
Yeah, an imitation of a wiggle. I'm sitting here like wiggling my hand in front of Stephanie's face.
She's wiggling her hand and I'm like, okay, thank you.
Like I'm showing Persephone like right in front of her face, like how to wiggle.
How to wiggle.
So yeah, everyone, this is our formation lap. Let's have a look how our racers are pulling away. And here we get a little wiggle. Look at that front back wiggle.
Listen, isn't that nice? Right?
Oh, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. We get a little wiggle there from our front pack. And you guys can see why we love it so much.
Wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Ah, getting wiggles from everyone.
I'm telling you. See, they do listen.
Oh, that's so wonderful. That's so wonderful. These tires are going to be nice and warm, everyone.
And warm.
Nice and warm and worn.
Yes, exactly. So they can stop wiggling now.
Yeah, thank you for the wiggle, everyone. We do appreciate it. I love to see Spectre. I love me some Spectre there in fourth position with his wiggle. The racer who started the ADS wiggle.
Yeah,
Let's call it the ADS wiggle.
The ADS wiggle, yeah, that was Spectre. You're right. He started it all.
He started it all.
He
God of
did.
War carrying it through there in the front pack. Mr. Frey joining in with a slight wiggle there for the Ferrari.
But he knows better. He knows better. He's giving us a slight wiggle. He doesn't want to warn his tires. So,
Yeah, Mr. Frey's just like, yeah, you ladies are getting a little bit of a wiggle.
yeah, like, he's very posh, right?
Yeah, he's British, so I'm
He's
trying
posh.
to imitate Mr. Frey really badly at this moment.
No, don't do
in
that.
time.
Don't do that. No, he's very posh. So the British don't wiggle. They just wig.
They just wig. A little wig there from Mr. Frey.
Maybe a little wink.
Mr. Frey, the commentators are dropping you a little wink there for your little wiggle. Oh, can you ban that bot, please, Persephs?
How do I do that?
You just keep your thumb on top of him, and then until it says ban.
Keep my thumb.
And everyone, they are off. God of War taking the lead. Oh my goodness. Ace 555, I believe it was Ace 555 there in the background. Unfortunate there. Yo, I'm not sure what happened there. But yeah, God of War leading the pack. Mr. Frey very close there behind, followed by Danky Monkey in third. Spectre still keeping that fourth position. Mr. Alf quite close there on top of Spectre. The Dogman actually overtaking on Olazy here, just on the first lap before the first turn.
Somebody went off the road.
Yeah, it was Ace. You can actually see him drop down there to the bottom.
No,
Unfortunate.
again, just like now, a second ago.
Oh, a second ago. Okay, let's see who's losing a little bit of time there. But that was a very, very unfortunate. I do not have an idea what happened there.
I'm sorry. I'm not managing to do this.
Okay, let me see. Also, Eastern Geeks, maybe if you are still there in the chat, maybe can you ban that bot for us, please? I'll have a look here on my side also as well now. So yeah, at the current moment, Mr. Frey actually overtook there on God of War, taking that first position for himself. God of War very, very close there on the outside line. My apologies. Now on the inside line is definitely fighting there for that first position. Mr. Frey just not giving it up completely. I just want to have a look here what happened at this bottom pack. I do believe Ace is going to drive with a lot of core damage at the moment. You can actually see that left hand front wing is gone. You can see there that is going to have a hell of a time trying to keep his car on the road. So definitely wing damage there on his car, having unfortunately dropped down there to the last position. But I do believe that we have seen Ace pull miracles. He is the Gambit of the league. So it's going to be very interesting to see how he uses this setback to try and recover from it. So yeah, that's going to be fantastic to behold from his side as well.
Yeah, do you think Ace will maybe pit like as soon as he can just to fix that car damage?
I think it might be possible that Ace will pit. That is a lot of car damage. He is losing time. So I think it might be smart for Ace to pit at this moment in time to repair that damage. We do have the fastest lap.
Oh,
Goodness, I think it might be, yeah, it's Nanarki. having
That was
spun
quite a
out there.
spin into the road though, right? It's sort of as if it was planned. If it was a car show, that would have been cool.
Yeah, Nitro Circus, that would have been fantastic. So yeah, I do believe, like we have mentioned, we might be seeing a split. We also see Hannibal. Something happened here to Hannibal as well, having dropped down to 15th position at the moment. So at the current moment, Ace overtaking on Hannibal there on the outside line, having you can definitely see, sorry guys, but you can definitely see that car damage that he's trying to keep control of at the current moment. So I do believe it might be smart for Ace to pit as well. And then we also see Nikki Knox just gaining a lot of time there on Ace. Actually, Ace just overtaking her. Well done. So my apologies there.
My bad.
And then my bad. And then we also have Nanarki there overtaking on V Power, and then fastest lap of a 1:15.164 going to Mr. Frey there in first position.
Brilliant. So at this very moment, we have Frey in first position, God of War in second position, Spectre Wolf in third position, Danky Monkey in fourth position, Mr. Elf in fifth position, the Dogman in sixth, Marksman in seventh, Ulezi in eighth, Wasabi in ninth, Zarigon in 10th, Nanarki in 11th, V Power in 12th, Darth Vader in 13th, Ace 555 in 14th, Nikki Knox in 15th, and Hannibal in 16th. And I'm sure I saw little arrows going up and down. I'm sure stuff changed while I was speaking. But first is still Frey, second is still God of War, and third is still Spectre Wolf.
Definitely. That's fantastic. But luckily you said at the current moment in time. So
well, that is the best way to phrase most things in life, Anomaly, because anything can change in a second, right? So most of the time I tell people at the current moment.
Definitely, and that might be a life lesson that I will be taking with me. Thank you, Persephone. So yeah, everyone, that was quite the first lap. I'm happy to say that we do have Ace picking up a little bit there, got already in 14th position with that car damage. And then we have quite the fight between Danky Monkey and Spectre Wolf here in third and fourth position. They actually have been teammates in the previous league, so it's going to be interesting how they're going to take the competition with each other this league as well. And then we also have Mr. Alf ZA having overtaken on Ulezi there on the straight, and affording himself that fifth position. He's definitely in this fight for this podium positions tonight.
Yeah, no, they're very serious tonight. I mean, I know last week we had all the connectivity problems and all those type of things, but it didn't feel this serious.
Definitely,
right?
yeah.
So it feels a little bit more serious this evening.
It really does feel serious. You can actually see Ulezi just overtaking on the Dogman here, taking that sixth position back. However, the Dogman is definitely struggling to let go of that position. He does not want to give it up. So we do have him in a steady seventh position. Marksman just overtaking him on the corner, and affording himself that seventh position. The Dogman now down in eighth position, but some fantastic driving coming from him this evening. He qualified quite well, and you can definitely see the way he's fighting for this positions this evening, so he might still be overtaking on Marksman as well.
Yeah, I see Spectre Wolf took back that third position, so Danky Monkey is back in fourth, with Mr. Alf in fifth position, maybe just behind Danky Monkey, also fighting for that fourth place.
Definitely fighting for that fourth place, yes. I think we might see a lot of overtaking happening
something
between...
is happening. It's as if the car's stalling. Did you see that?
Actually, yeah. Actually, we did, yeah. So we do have a virtual safety car out on the track at the moment.
That's why.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What's happening?
Yeah, so when a virtual safety car is out, we do have our racers having to keep a constant speed. So some of them might be slowing down just to keep with that speed. We already have a drive-through penalty going to Zarigon as well as to Spectre Wolf there in third position. And the drive-through penalty usually is a 5-second penalty. So Spectre... Goodness.
That was
Oh my word.
vicious.
A collision there between Danky Monkey and Spectre, costing Spectre this race this evening. So we do see that 10-second penalty going there to Danky Monkey as well. Ulezi taking the time, unfortunately speeding in the pit lane, also getting a 10-second penalty, but taking the moment to take a free pit lane, just to switch up those tires and just to get back there in the race. Unfortunately, Spectre's race with a do not finish, and we just said earlier we don't have any do not finish, so this is very, very unfortunate there. So Persephone, I don't even know what to say at this moment in time.
I honestly have to say it feels like I have no words, because that I mean, if that was a real crash, right, I think that would have been a horrible crash.
I really do think that it would have been a horrible crash. I really, like you said, I don't have words at the moment. So our virtual safety car leading into lap 8 already as well. God of War going to have to slow down a little bit there. Feng luckily did slow down there, not overtaking on the virtual safety car. But yeah, so Danky Monkey does have the third position at this point in time, but at what cost?
That is the question. That is the question. Yeah, Eastern Geeks also saying ouch in the chat for us. Yeah, I also felt it. I felt it in my toes.
Yeah, that was definitely a very big ouch there, Eastern Geeks. Danky Monkey overtook, luckily not overtook. We do see Mr. Frey, we do see God of War, and we do see Mr. Alf as well, taking this opportunity for a free pit stop, just to change up some tires, get some fresh tires on there, just a little bit of a new kick to the rest of the race. I did not see, I don't know if maybe I just missed it, but I did not see Ace going into the pit lane, which would be very, very bad in my honest opinion, if he did not take this opportunity to fix that damage on his wing. But if he did, I do apologize. I just did not see him go into the pit lane. So hopefully he's also grabbing this opportunity to fix up his car so he can gain some positions back.
Yeah, that would have been a really good idea to do that. And of course, when the safety car leaves, they have to be in the same positions.
Yeah.
Right? So
Danky's going to have to afford that positions back, yes.
Yes, exactly. So it would have been wise for him to pit as well.
It would have been definitely been wise for him. He did have that collision with Spectre.
Yeah, and he must have car damage.
I really do think, I wonder if we can maybe, if there's anything that we can maybe see, maybe Eastern Geeks, if you can drop us there in the chat, if there's any way that we can see if he does have car trouble. I think, let's have a look here. No, we can't see car trouble here. But yeah, if there's any way that we can see the car trouble, let us know. We would love to show you guys.
Okay, brilliant.
Yeah, because I really think he might have picked up a lot of damage himself as well.
I would think so. I mean, it was quite an intense collision, and I mean, even Spectre's tire went off.
Yeah, that was bad. That was so bad. My heart is so sore going out to Spectre at this moment. Spectre, we're feeling sad with you, buddy. We really do apologize for that. It would have been lovely to see you fight through this race. But we do know that with your grace and with your sportsmanship, that it would be fantastic to see you here again next week as well. So I'm actually not 100% sure on which lap the safety car is going to re-enter Persephone, because now we've already driven about 3 or 4 laps behind the virtual safety car, and we do only have 23 laps on this race.
I don't know. Maybe it's like an outfit for the safety car, like, you know.
And I do think it's the McLaren we have on track, or is it the Mercedes?
I don't know, but it's a pretty car.
It's the Aston Martin. It's the Aston Martin.
It's a pretty car. I mean, I would buy
lovely
it.
Colour, lovely colour.
Lovely colour. They can just put a like a sign on it, like how much it costs or something. Then all the people in the audience can say, okay, yes, maybe they can bid on it or something.
Oh, we have Spectre there in chat with his hands on his head, buddy. We are so sorry.
We are so sorry. Yes, that's terrible, Spectre. We're so sorry.
And then we also see the dogman there behind the virtual safety car. Also some penalties going on there. Okay, so it was a collision between Marksman and Zerigon as well. And some penalties going on there for ignoring the yellow flag. The safety car was supposed to re-enter on this lap, so I'm wondering if that's still going to happen.
No, because now they just like bumped into each other again.
Yeah.
Because why? No patience. now the safety car was supposed to leave. Now it's coming back because what do? They can't wait for the car to just
exactly. I do see Persephone, now that I have the tires actually up there on the grid, my bad. I do see that Ace has 2 laps on his medium tires, so he did actually pit and fix that car damage. And actually the safety car couldn't have come at a better time for him specifically, because
he could make
exactly, you see he's already down there or up there in 8th position. So all that time that he lost, he actually now had the opportunity to gain back. So the virtual safety car did re-enter. The virtual safety car did re-enter, so we still have Mr. Frey leading the pack here, having to pick up some more speed. And then we actually have God of War following quite closely there with Ulezi quite close there on God of War. So Ulezi having also made up some time and kicked up some positions there. Fantastic to still have the kicks up there.
Mr. Alf in 4th, which is great because he was fighting for that 4th position, but now that he's 4th position, he can easily make podium.
Definitely.
He can easily make podium. Then we have the Dogman in 5th, Wasabi in 6th. Remember I told you in the beginning
where the Mercedes is going to be.
Where they're going to land, and I said probably 6, 7. Right, so we're just waiting for Hannibal to kick it up a notch and then go to that 7th position. Anarchy in 7th. Danky Monkey in 8th, but I'm sure he'll make up for that time. I'm sure
definitely
he'll go up. And then you can please continue. I got excited.
No, even me, I got excited. I'm like checking this. I'm not even realizing that Persephone is like cueing me to say my thing. But yeah, so we actually have God of War overtaking on Mr. Frey, taking that 1st position back, but Mr. Frey is keeping quite close. Then Ulezi is also quite close there in 3rd position, and the Dogman having actually recovered quite well from that little spin out that he had behind the virtual safety car. Is really on top of Mr. Alf here. So you can see the Dogman is very hungry for that 4th position. And like I said, it's actually fantastic to see some of our newer drivers. Also, although I'm not 100% sure how new to the game Dogman is, but he is new to the league. But it's nice to see some of our newer drivers just up there. Unfortunately, Mr. Alf running off a little bit. Dogman's going to grab this opportunity, or it looks like he's going to try to grab this opportunity and overtake on Alf, but he is keeping quite close, just not quite managing that overtake. But maybe on the straight he will maybe get the opportunity to pass on Alf. However, you do see the amazing skill that Alf ZA does have to be able to recover.
Look at the back.
And there we have Danky Monkey overtaking. A little bit of a collision there. Wasabi Baby also there in the mix. Mr. Alf in the mix. Dogman in the mix. And Danky Monkey in the mix there.
Just like from the back. It's like
definitely.
That drunk cousin just...
Definitely. Danky Monkey, however, is on the soft tires for 3 laps. So that is definitely a possibility for him. Unfortunate penalty going there to Ace. However, Ace making up some amazing times. He is on top of Wasabi. However, Nanarki very close overtake there. A little bit of scrape there between Nanarki and Ace 555. But this is going to be another racer for Ace to overtake, already having worked his way back up to 9th position. So that's definitely fantastic to see. Nanarki sticking very close on Wasabi Baby there. He's literally waiting for the opportunity to overtake on her. So Wasabi's not only driving offensively, but now having to keep Nanarki and Ace behind her as well. So that's definitely a very difficult feat to get to get under the knee. I don't even know if that's a thing in English.
Well,
but
it's
now
not
it
under
is.
the belt. Right? So under the knee is fine. Yes. So
Oh, and we have Wasabi actually overtaking there on Mr. Alf, as well as still keeping Nanarki there behind her. Nanarki also overtaking on Mr. Alf. I'm wondering if Alf is maybe having a little bit of trouble keeping control of his car on these hard tires, because we are seeing a little bit of a slip and slide coming from his side this evening, which is not something that we are 100% used to seeing.
yeah, no, true. It might be that. I mean, we see most of them are on the hard tire. They might think the hard tire is going to take them through the rest of the race up until lap 23.
Definitely. We actually, it's interesting for me to see some of our racers having pitted for the medium tires. Marksman being one of them, Ulezi being the other. It's definitely counting in Ulezi's favor at this point in time. The soft tires also counting in Danky Monkey's favor at this point in time. But I think the smarter or the safer strategy, like you said, would be to pit for these hard tires and let it carry you up until lap 23. You can definitely see that's the strategy that our pars 1 and 2 went for. So yeah, it's definitely going to carry them through the last part of the race, where some of the remaining racers might struggle a little bit to keep control of those cars. Percept, I don't know if maybe you want to run us through our grid. I do see that I'm going the wrong way. My bad. I do see that we have God of War overtook on Mr. Frey to grab that first position there. So why don't you take it from here and run us through our grid?
Brilliant. So we have God of War in first position, Frey in second, Ulezi in third, Danky Monkey in fourth, Nanarki in fifth, the Dogman in sixth, Wasabi in seventh, Mr. Alf in eighth, V-Power in ninth, Hannibal in 10, Marksman in 11, Ace 555 in 12, Nikki Knox in 13, Dash Raider in 14, and Zeriagon in 15. And
unfortunately for that did not finish there for Spectre. Spectre buddy, if you are still in the chat, please let us know. Just update us what happened there. We were so sad to see that collision, but let us know what happened there. We also have Danky Monkey having gone into the pit. I almost thought he spun out, but actually having gone into the pit to pit for medium tire. So he's doing a 2-pit stop, and he's actually exiting. He's going to exit in about 9th or 10th position, which is a little bit bad for him, but I'm sure that he will be able to make up that time on the medium tires. We do have Mr. Frey sticking very, very close on top of God of War here. It's going to be quite the battle for first and second between these two races. You can see God of War actually braking there. Mr. Frey just attempting a little bit of a later break, keeping the momentum of his speed to carry him through these turns, to see if he can get a little bit closer there to God of War. Maybe when the DRS zone does kick in, he will have that opportunity to take that first position back.
Yeah, no, definitely. So Ulezi still.
Actually, you see just there, Mr. Frey having used that DRS, that late braking, definitely excelling for him there, using that DRS zone to pass God of War on that finishing straight. So definitely taking that first position. Some very tight fighting between our number 1 and 2 this evening.
Yeah, brilliant work. That's brilliant work. So Frey is now in first position. Here we have God of War's trying. Is he gonna make it?
This is actually Mr. Alf and Wasabi.
Alf and Wasabi. Sorry, I thought
it's a Ferrari. Like, I 100% understand. So we actually have Mr. Alf and Wasabi baby fighting it out here for position 6. Wasabi's definitely not giving it to Alf. He's going to have to definitely fight for it. She's very, very adamant on keeping that position. Some fantastic skill there from Wasabi baby and Mr. Alf as well, especially after the little bit of the slide offs that Mr. Alf has been experiencing. And then the Narki and the Dogman, actually both of the horse cars up here in position 4th and 5th. So that's definitely fantastic to see. Oh, shame, I do see Spectre Wolf slowed down for the pits and someone crashed into him from behind. Oh, Spectre, that's very bad. We do apologize. So yeah, like I was saying, we do have the Dogman and Anarchy here in 4th and 5th position. Some tight fighting between them as well. You can actually see Anarchy keeping very close on top of the Dogman here. Not 100% sure how their teamwork is being applied this league. It's still a bit early to tell, I think. Unfortunate their Ace having crashed out. I'm trying to see if we can see exactly where. Unfortunately, we don't see exactly where that happened, but they do not finish going there to Ace as well. And he actually fought so hard to get back into the game after that lap 1 crash, Persephone. It's very, very sad to see not only Spectre but also Ace not being able to finish the race this evening.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, that's very unfortunate.
It really is, actually. And actually, guys, for those of you who don't know, Ace is actually in the same locale as where I'm streaming from, and I literally just heard, oh no. So yeah, that's very sad to see that DNF. When I heard that, oh no, I tried to zoom in to see if we can see what happened, but we will definitely check in with Ace a little bit later to see what happened there.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely ask that question. That probing question. What happened?
What happened? Ulezi going into the pit lane there in 3rd position. This is going to, but he does already have 11 laps on his medium tires. It's going to be a little bit hard for him to exit and in a favorable position. Yeah, he did not have a lot of lead time on the Dogman there. So Ulezi actually entering the pits in position 3 and exiting in position 8 or 9. Yeah, he's going to probably
9, yeah.
But as you can see, he's pitting for soft tires. There's only 5 laps of the race left. Yeah. So I do believe that softs might count in his favor to get him back up there to position 3.
But it is the safety car. Shouldn't he then go out?
High five!
High five! Because it's a safety car, shouldn't he then be given the position 3 back?
No, I don't. I'm not 100% sure. I don't think when they pit that they need...
In the safety
car?
With the safety car.
Yeah, even when they pit behind the safety car, I don't believe that he should be given that position back. I might be wrong though. That might be something that we can discuss or get some information on and just inform you guys on next week. We also do have Eastern Geek, Spectre Wolf and Ace in the chat. So if one of you guys can maybe drop us the answer there in chat, when you enter the pit lane behind the safety, or when you enter the pit lane during the safety car, do you need to get that position back in which you entered the pit lane? So yeah, drop it there in the chat for us, guys. Inform me and Persephone, let us know.
Make us smarter.
Make us a little bit smarter, that's correct.
Make us a little bit smarter.
Yeah, so like I said, I'm not 100% sure, but I do not think that he needs to get that position back because it's basically a free pit stop that you get.
Yeah, true. No, that makes sense.
That soft tires is definitely going to have to carry him up until lap 23. However, we do hope that the safety car enters in time.
Yeah, I mean, because that would just suck now, right?
Yeah.
Because now, the longer the safety car is on the lap,
the less
time he actually has to make up for that.
Exactly, for that positions that he basically sacrificed to get those soft tires. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
So that's definitely a very risky call, a very hard call to make, and I think for those of the racers who does not have the necessary time and skill on the game as of yet, it's going to be a very, very hard call to make, to decide on whether you think you might have that time to make up those positions.
Oh my goodness, that is actually that's actually shocking, right? I mean, I didn't even think about it, but the safety car is probably, I mean, it's at least going to be on for the whole of lap 19, and it might be for lap 20.
Yeah.
Then there's 3 laps, and I don't want to say that it's not possible, but 3 laps It's so huge.
It's very hard. It's going to be very hard to make up that time in 3 laps time. I do see the safety car will be entering in this lap. So we're definitely going to have our racers able to drive their lap 20 as well.
Oh, that's brilliant. But still, 4 laps to actually make up for that time that he gave away.
It's very hard. It's going to be very hard.
It's going to be very hard, yeah.
But we do have the safety car entering back into the pit lane on this lap. So Mr. Frey leading our pack once again out from underneath that safety car. Definitely leading our races up, like I said, from underneath that safety car, keeping that first position. He is on 12 laps on his hard tires, as well as God of War behind him, and it's been such a battle between the two of them for first and second position as well.
Definitely.
That it will definitely be a little bit harder, I think, for them to keep control of their cars than it might be for, let's say, some of our races fighting up from the top middle pack at the current moment.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, there's only 3 laps left and they're on hard tires. I'm sure there's ample time left on the hard tires, so they'll be fine.
Yeah, they're actually pushing already on the 12 laps on the hard tires there for Mr. Frey and God of War. We might be seeing God of War attempting an overtake if he can get into the DRS zone behind Mr. Frey. He is making up that speed. It's going to be a little bit of a later break for him, and he's keeping that inside line. Late break there for him, but kept that inside line, overtaking Mr. Frey on the corner and taking that pause 1 back. That was a fantastic overtake that we just witnessed, Persephone. Like I said, a lot of fighting between our position 1 and 2 this evening. And then we actually have the Dogman and the Narki, both of our horse cars. Horse cars. They're in 4th and 5th position. Mr. Alf actually overtaking on the Narki.
And being overtaken
and
again.
And the Narki taking it right back.
Just being overtaken and then taking it back again. And that Danky Monkey is through.
Definitely, I see Danky Monkey overtaking on Mr. Alf ZA and also on the Narki on the inside line there. And then also, please do not count out Wasabi overtaking on Mr. Alf ZA, taking that 6th position for herself. We have not seen any overtakes from Ulezi as of yet. Okay, well, we've seen 1 overtake. We haven't seen it, but there's been 1 because he's in 8th position now.
And wait, isn't he going?
Let's have a look there. He's definitely trying. You can see he's trying to overtake on Mr. Alf there. He is, however, on the outside line. A little bit of a late break there for Mr. Alf ZA. Allowing Ulezi to overtake on the corner, affording himself that 7th position. He's very close to Wasabi as well, sticking on top of Wasabi baby there. So he might actually already overtake to 6th position on the straight. Let's have a look, Persephone.
Yeah, no, definitely. We'll have a look. I'm rooting for him because I'm really sad that he gave up all these positions because he was doing really well. And there he goes.
And there he goes, overtaking there on Wasabi baby, taking that 6th position for himself. Nanarki still there in 5th position, but now he's going to have to drive offensively to overtake Danky Monkey in the first kick. But not only that, he's going to have to drive defensively to keep Ulezi in the second kick also behind him. And the problem is that Nanarki is on 15 laps on his hard tires. It's going to be quite the feat for him to keep his position at the moment. You can already see that control of Ulezi coming up there behind Nanarki. He's going to wait for his time to overtake, and he's going to have to do it now, Persephone. We are entering our last lap there. God of War is going to lead us into our last lap in a couple of seconds.
And there Ulezi did it.
Well done there to Ulezi, already overtaking. They're taking that 5th position. We also have Mr. Alf ZA climbing up 1 position over Wasabi baby there. A hell of a fight.
Overtaking God of War.
Frey overtaking God of War, entering into our last lap. Everyone, this is going to be a tough fight. We do have some overtakes happening there at the back as well. However, since we are on the last lap of the race, I am going to stick here on our pos 1 and 2 for the evening to see if God of War will be able to still take back that first position that he's kept for majority of the race, Persephone.
Yeah. He really wants it. He really wants it.
He really does want it. Unfortunately, Hannibal disqualified there from the race for failure to use the right compound tires. So unfortunately, therefore, Hannibal probably did not pit for the correct tires.
What does?
Did not pit.
Yeah, he did not pit.
Oh my goodness! You get disqualified if you don't pit.
Yeah, you do get disqualified if you don't pit. It's gonna be a neck on neck here, Persephone. Mr. Frey is very defensively keeping that first position locked in there for himself. God of War is trying his utmost best to overtake. I do not know if he will be able to do it because we do have Mr. Frey going over the finishing line in first position. God of War following suit in second position. Danky Monkey is going to take third position. However, penalty against his name affording Dogman the third position. Danky in fourth. AlpZA in fifth. Wasabi Baby in sixth. Marksman in seventh. Darth Vader in 8th position, V-Power in 9th position, Nanarchy going to go over the line in 10th position, Ulezi in 11th. Unfortunately, they probably had a couple of penalties against his name. Zarigon will be over the line in 12th position with Nikki Knox there in 13th position. Brilliant driving. Unfortunately, a few disqualified or did not finish us there for the race as well. Driver of the day going to V-Power. Woo! Go V-Power. Definitely seen some amazing driving from him also this evening. So fantastic there. Yeah, everyone, as you guys know, let's just, before I exit and go to post-race prep, as you guys know, let's just have a look at our podium for the current moment. So just to reiterate, everyone, Mr. Frey in first position for the Ferrari, God of War there in second position for the Red Bull, and and our horse there in third position. Persephone, was it Nanarchy or was it
Dogman?
Was it Dogman? Yeah, it was Dogman. Fantastic. Everyone, we will be right back with our post-race interview. See you guys in 2 seconds. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back. Welcome back, everyone, to our post-race interview. And boy, Persephone, was this a race.
It was a race and a half.
It was a race and a half. Everyone, we're going to start out with our third position for the evening. We are extremely excited. He is one of the newer racers to the league. Please help us welcome the Dogman. And welcome, Dogman.
Hello.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
That was fantastic racing that we behold from you this evening. We actually mentioned in the qualifier, you already qualified with quite a high time in 7th position, and you just refused to lose any positions. You just went for it and gained position. So can you maybe just give us a little bit of an idea how you prepped for this evening's race?
So me and my teammate Danashi, we practiced very hard for this race because the last 2 races didn't go so well. And then we started off with mediums because last time we started off with hards, there was a safety car and it counted against us. So this time there was a safety car, we went onto the hards and we could have pushed it to the end of the race. Unfortunately, under the safety car, he accidentally rear-ended me because I broke a bit too hard and we didn't tell each other, and he got a 10-second penalty. So we would have had a 3rd, 4th, but it was before the race. I was struggling around Spain and he was helping me get the corners right and stuff, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, that's so fantastic. We always love some team positivity. So would you say that you guys definitely applied your teamwork this evening?
Yeah, it went well. We DRS trained each other. We had a 4 to 5 second gap, 4 to 5 second gap before that second safety car, and so if it kept on, we could have pushed way higher.
Oh, that's fantastic. I must say, I was so surprised. You are one of our newer or one of the newbies to our league specifically. So I was so pleasantly surprised to see you up there in the top positions. We are so excited to have you here on the podium. Can you maybe give us your favorite part of this evening's race?
I think the favorite part was when I put up that qualifying time, because I tried to chase it again and I was like 3 to 4 tenths behind it. So I don't know what happened, but I think I just got lucky with that qualifying time, and yeah.
That's fantastic. The Dogman, I'm going to you are new to our post-race interview, so there's a little part of the interview that Persephone will explain to you shortly, so I'm just going to hand it over to her.
The Dogman, congratulations again. So normally with me we do a little bit of trivia, but I'm going to be bluntly honest with you. I'm on 2% on my phone, right? So it's plugged in, but it's just not charging. I don't know why. So I'm gonna try and ask you a trivia question, but it might die. The phone. It says charging, but it's not charging.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm gonna ask you a little trivia question, and then we'll see. We're gonna test your F1 trivia.
Okay.
I'm gonna warn you. This is all about the drivers.
Cool.
Okay.
Definitely.
So, which driver ranked up 7 World Driver Championships, leaving a trail of checkered flags in his wake?
What's happened?
No.
Oh,
A little bit older.
Oh, Michael Schumacher.
There you go. Well done.
Well done, Dogman. And Dogman, once again, well done on placing 3rd this evening. It was fantastic to watch you. Thank you for giving us an amazing race, and we look forward to seeing you next week in Budapest.
Looking forward to see you guys too. Good
Thank you. Everyone, that was our 3rd place for the evening, the Dogman. Please help us welcome our 2nd place for the evening, God of War. Welcome, God of War.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello and congratulations.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
God of War, I'm not 100% sure if I might strike a nerve at the current moment in time, but I am dying to know what happened there at the end of the race. You were keeping 1st position consistently.
That was very, very close. Very, very good racing between me and Frey. We gave each other space. We blocked each other. We had a very, very competitive race. But in the end, the better man won.
Well, it was definitely a race to behold. We actually saw a couple of fantastic overtakes between you and Mr. Frey. Can you give us a little bit of a lowdown on your setup for Spain in specifically?
Well, we obviously had to get a very nice balance between something that will give you very, very good qualifying times, but also would last you the whole race. So I did get quite lucky in qualifying. I was on the track at the right place at the right time, getting a slipstream from Mr. Frey, and it increased my time to get pole, and that just helped me to maintain it, to minimize my losses at the end.
That's actually a very fantastic setup to use. I know everything about setup, so I'm 100% with you there. But just to round off our evening today, just give us maybe your favorite part of tonight's race.
I'll definitely say, in the end, the last few races, the last few laps that me and Frey did, back and forth, some good clean racing. That was probably the most fun.
Oh, that's fantastic to hear. God of War, that's going to be all from my side. I'm handing it over to Persephone for her part of the interview.
Cool.
So, God of War, with me, we do trivia. So, I'm going to ask you a trivia question. I am pre-warning you, it's all about the details of drivers. So, I'm asking you a driver's name. Okay. So, this is what the question says. Which ice school Finnish driver swapped F1 for the wild ride of the World Rally Championship after the 2009 season?
Give me Raikkonen.
I just gave you the answer if you listened.
Did you hear him?
I did hear him, yes.
Okay.
So just repeat the answer.
It's gonna be Kimi Raikkonen.
There you
Oh
go.
my goodness, God of War! How do you ever know that answer?
I
won't answer.
Oh my
Be
goodness!
very observant. That's all.
Oh my goodness! God of War, thank you so much for giving us an amazing race. It was fantastic to behold you, and we wish you all the luck. We look forward to seeing you next week in Budapest.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Fifth gear, let's go.
Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us there for God of War. Please help us welcome our first place winner of tonight's race. Welcome, Mr. Frey.
Thank you.
And congratulations.
That was a tricky race, to say the least.
Oh my goodness, Mr. Frey, congratulations.
No, thank you, but I'm just resting because I was having to fight a car that had so much straight line speed. So whenever I made the gap, he just clawed it back with DRS every time. So I'm just like, well, what do I do here? I'm stuck.
It was fantastic actually to behold. We saw so many very well-timed overtakes between you and God of War. However, that last overtake was just fantastic. And he really did try, but you just refused to give up that first place position. Just give us a little bit of a rundown. What went through your mind in those last two laps?
In the last two laps, so because I knew it was a 23 lap race, so by lap 21 I could have passed him, but I decided to stay behind him to get the DRS onto the final lap. And basically that's where it happened. But on the final lap, I knew he was very close through the middle sector, and I was expecting him, obviously, down the back straight to have a go. So I covered the inside line, but there was just enough room for him to go wheel to wheel with me. But because I had a bit more downforce, I was able to get on the power earlier, and honestly, that's all that gave me the win, was just that little move. Apart from that, it would have been side by side, but he was slower in sector 1 and 3, where his car would be looser, so I would basically bridge the gap before the finish line there. But if that section wasn't there, he would have won.
That's actually, just in your answer alone, you can actually hear the expertise and the skill that you do have in this game specifically. So what would your advice be to anyone who is driving Spain specifically for let's say the first or second time?
Well, if you're doing time trials, downforce is key, because in time trial it gives you as much grip and ERS as possible, and it's brilliant. But if you're doing a race setup, don't do what I do. Take less downforce and be quick down the straight, so you don't look like a snail on the road. You know, you don't feel ridiculously slow. Because I really wanted to go and do another lap in quali, but when I was about to go out, my teammate came into the pits and blocked my exit, so I had to wait, and then I didn't have enough time to get round and do quali.
But we are so glad that you have managed to pull what you are pulling this evening, and it was fantastic just to behold you again. So I'm going to hand it over to Persephone for her part of the interview.
Persephone, they're with you now. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm only seeing... okay.
Yeah,
Awesome.
I'm in the same room. So
I guilt tripped Persephone into joining me here this evening.
yeah, I had to get on a plane though.
I was so confused why you both said congratulations in perfect sync. I was thinking they've timed that really well, otherwise they're in the room together.
Thank you. We've practiced it like the entire weekend.
Well, you mastered it. Nice job.
Yeah, no, I actually don't live that far away. So we actually decided to have like a lunch this afternoon. And I was supposed to go home, and then I decided just to come and drink coffee at Anomaly. And then I said, no, let me stay for the stream.
Definitely. So yeah, we practiced all of this specifically for our winners this evening.
Yeah, exactly. So, Frey, you know, with me, we do a little quiz. So I'm pre-warning you, it's all about trivia about the drivers. So again, it's going to be a driver's name. And I promise I did not pick this one specially for you. It's just the next one on my list, okay? So here's your question. Which dashing former British F1 champion was once caught speeding in 1998, proving even legends can break the rules?
Caught speeding in 1998.
Yes.
And you said they're British.
British. Oh, dashing. Also.
Yeah, they're very dashingly British.
It said which
Dashingly
dashing
British.
dashing former British F1 champion. He was also a champion.
Because you say British, so I'm thinking it can't be just English. I'm just
Okay, so I'm going to give you. Let's maybe.
I just want to tell you, Ace is jumping here up and down, right? Because he actually knows the answer, and he is.
But
correct.
Ace, do not answer.
He is
Do not
correct.
answer.
Ace is correct.
Ace is there and he's loving it. Okay, now.
Yeah. So 1998 champion British dashing.
Mr. Frey,
No,
if you just
don't
go.
do it.
Yeah, but if you just go like.
I'm thinking Damon Hill.
No. Next one.
No. British, but a champion.
Yes, a champion.
But if you go like, you can probably quickly Google it.
No, I'm not gonna Google it. No. Dashing. Jackie Stewart.
No. Remember,
It's gonna be someone really obvious as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be someone really obvious.
Well,
One more
it wouldn't
try.
be Hamilton because he wouldn't be driving in '98. He was still a little boy.
I think. Do you
Well-
want the answer, Mr. Frey?
You may as well give me the answer because I'm curious. If it's David Coulthard, I'll go ballistic.
Okay, Ace, please go ahead.
Nigel Mansell!
Oh, yeah, but he wasn't that much of a champion. He was average at best.
Okay, so yeah, definitely no hate going to Nigel. Please do not send us hate mail.
Mr. Nigel Mansell, if you are watching, please don't email at the good old couch. Don't do anything like that.
Yeah,
But if you do want to sponsor,
You can definitely email Mr. Frey directly.
but if you do want to sponsor the stream, so you find somebody that beats me, then go ahead.
Definitely. Mr. Frey, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for giving us just like an amazing race to behold. And we're definitely looking forward to seeing you next week in Budapest.
Could I just ask one quick little thing before I go?
100%.
What did I hear about this me being posh?
No, we didn't say
I
anything.
did that.
Not at all. So
But
I
it's
didn't
because you
hear
didn't
anything when I
wiggle your
was lining
arm.
up on the grid.
No,
Of
I said
course
you're
not.
posh because you're British.
Yeah.
Right? And
Ah.
I said because everybody was wiggling, but you were winking at us.
Exactly, and
Oh, I
then we
was-
were just winking back at you because you're like violently British.
So basically, I had the stream up, so I was listening. I could hear you talking about the weaving, so I thought I'll just do little weaves. Just
Yeah, but you
So
see,
you
that
picked
was the
up on it.
smart thing to do because you didn't worn out your tires.
Yeah, so that's why we said you're posh.
Yeah, you
Because
know.
you're not violently
Oh,
wiggling.
God.
You're doing a little wink for us.
You see, now the British
Just
knows
letting
what
the
we
car have
know.
fun. Yeah, see, I'm sneaking on you. Anyway, thanks for everything.
Thank
And
you
we'll see
so
you
much,
next
Mr.
But
Frey.
it's not a mean thing to say. We meant it as
No,
a
not at all. No. I knew, but it
Definitely.
made me laugh as I was getting ready to get the clutch ready. I was giggling too much about what you two were saying.
Okay, so that little stutter we saw was because you were laughing.
Exactly.
Mr. Frey, thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Awesome. See you next week.
See you next week. Everyone, that was our first place winner for the evening. Please help me welcome our driver of the day, V-Power. Welcome, V-Power.
Welcome,
V-Power, you
V-Power.
seem to be muted on your side. Welcome. It's fantastic to have you here, V-Power. You just did some amazing racing this evening.
Thanks, guys. Really appreciate it.
Yeah, and congratulations on your driver of the day. Well done.
Whoop, whoop.
Oh, nice. I didn't even know. That's great.
You got driver of the day. That's
Well
amazing.
done.
Yeah, Donald, they're my first points as well.
Well done, V-Power. And we actually did see some amazing racing coming from you this evening. But I have to ask, are you a newbie to the game?
Yes, I am a bit.
That's actually fantastic because we are seeing such amazing skill already being displayed by you. So can you maybe just give us a little bit of an idea how you prepped for this evening?
It was just some time trials being done throughout the week and a little bit of prep this afternoon with my teammate and and then we started the race.
Oh, that's fantastic. What was your favorite part?
The first safety car we had, where everyone drove into each other and got that 10-second penalties. That gave me a bit of a head start on some of the guys.
No.
Nice. So definitely, we definitely look forward to seeing some more of this displayed by you. I think you've gone and proven a point now. So next week we want a podium.
100%. Thanks, guys.
Just don't go off yet. There's one more part of the post-race interview. Persephone is going to take over.
100%.
Brilliant. So V-Power, we always do a little bit of trivia with people in the post-race interview. So I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to pre-warn you. It's about the drivers. So it's trivia about the driver. So the answer is going to be a driver's name, not a driver in the league, a F1 driver. Right?
Okay, cool.
Okay, brilliant. So here is your question. Which speed demon clinched his fourth consecutive F1 world title in October 2013, solidifying his reign?
2013, that should have been what's his name now? Was he driving for Red Bull at that stage?
Yes.
What's his name?
It rhymes with metal.
No, Sebastian Vettel. There you go.
Well done. Well done, V-Power.
There we go.
Congratulations.
V-Power, thank you so much for joining us this evening. You must have a fantastic rest of your week, and we look forward to that podium coming next week in Budapest.
100%. Thanks, guys.
Thank you. And everyone,
Good
thank
weekend.
you. Oh, and yeah, bye. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. But yeah, everyone, thank you so much for joining us for Race Free. We are so excited and happy that it went down without a snag. I was super excited having Persephone here with me tonight. We were so excited having all of you in the chat, having all your love and support for our races. We do know that they really do appreciate it. So please join us next week. Our races will be racing in Hungary for our round 4 of our good old couch ADS F1 24 League. That's going to be all from my side. I'm Anomaly, and this is my fantastic co-host Persephone.
Goodbye.
Goodbye, everyone, and may you have a splendid evening. Peace.
It was great!
Engines roar, black tracks burn ahead. Victory smell living in my head. Tires screaming, grip in the way. Fuel in the fire, it's my game to play. Helmet down with the finish in sight. Adrenaline rush, filling the night. Dust and sparks, shaping the day. On this circuit, I'm here to stay. Speeding hearts, we own the track. Pedals to metal, no looking back. Racing dreams, burning fast. Crossing the line, I'm built to last. Crowd cheers loud like a thunderous wave. Under the lights, the champion they crave. Flags in the air, they know the tale. Glory's in reach, I'll never fail. Pit stop, hustle gear so tight. Seconds count in this fight. Sweat drips, steady the tension.